Hello, and thank you for taking the time to help determine the next steps in the French Prairie Road Pathway project. The project team has received a lot of feedback from the community and met with local business owners and maintenance interests to develop possible design options. At the end of this video, you'll be directed to a questionnaire where you'll be able to provide your thoughts on these options. We wanted to take a moment to reiterate some of the concerns and ideas about the pathway options that we heard as part of our engagement with the community. The community has expressed a desire for a continuous route for non-motorized travel along its length. People don't feel safe with bikes, peds, and vehicles sharing the roadway. The existing pathway is hazardous for users. Vehicle speeding concerns and our trees create shadows and hazards, but are important to Charbonneau. We also heard community concerns about parking availability, street lighting, and crossing issues at the intersections. The community wants these investments to be financially responsible and constructible within a reasonable time frame. Regarding options for the pathway, the team heard from the community to extend the existing pathway, to not change or take away existing travel lanes, but also to convert travel lanes to accommodate bikes and peds. The design team was directed to ensure that options should consider the need of maintenance, emergency, and delivery vehicles, and make it safe for all users. The project team also wanted to ensure that these community desires were in balance with city goals. Our design team has developed several options that recognize the different viewpoints within the community and attempt to balance those viewpoints against the transportation needs. Critical to the city in this process was the need for the pathway design to meet several criteria. First, that bike facility designs put forward meet the all ages and abilities criteria. This criteria is defined by a pathway that feels comfortable and usable by all levels of bicyclists, including small children. This criteria would not be met where bikes would share the lane on French Prairie Road. Second, to protect the city against liability issues, all pedestrian facilities must meet current ADA or Americans with Disabilities Act standards. These standards are established to ensure that pathways are accessible and safe for all users. Finally, the city wants to be sure that any proposed solution is fundable in a reasonable time frame and doesn't just become another plan sitting on the shelf. As most people who've used the existing pathway can attest, the current path doesn't meet ADA standards for slopes and available widths. The cost to upgrade the existing pathway to meet these standards is estimated to be approximately $1 million. The available space also isn't sufficient to accommodate both bikes and peds. The city also anticipates that improvements to the existing pathway are likely to continue to have challenges due to impacts from tree roots. The design team also evaluated what it might take to extend the existing pathway all the way around French Prairie to the East Miley Road entrance. This is shown as option 1 in the following questionnaire. The construction of this path is unfortunately not as simple as it might seem. The path construction would require extensive tree removals. The elevated grade of the path alignment would require significant grading, landscape impacts, and retaining walls to be ADA compliant. Some property owners may also be concerned by the loss of privacy where the alignment crosses areas of the right-of-way that they may feel is their front lawn. This pathway extension would cost between $1 and $1.5 million and is still anticipated to experience tree root damage over time. The design team has narrowed possible design options down to 4. Each of these options have been evaluated based upon the following criteria: continuous route for pedestrians, pedestrian roadway safety, bike facilities for all ages and abilities, speeding concerns, pathway accessibility, tree protection, maintenance, emergency, and delivery vehicle access, and on a rough order of magnitude, the costs of each option. Thank you for your time in completing the following questionnaire about the pathway options. We look forward to hearing what you have to say about the project.